In this video, let's have a look at the impact of our land use on biodiversity. Let's say we are somewhere in Europe on a commercial farm of 1 hectare where we only grow maize. We submit and we check indeed our plot is covered with maize for the full 100%. We quickly check limiting factors if maize is not dying somewhere, but it seems to be going all right. Then we go to vegetation, biodiversity. And here we see the Shannon index. If you go to show graph info, it explains how the Shannon index is calculated. And it says it's a measure that considers both species richness, so the number of distinct species, as well as species evenness, how evenly individuals are distributed among those species. Now we see that the Shannon index is 0, which can be explained by the fact that we have only one crop on our plot. One way to improve the Shannon index is by adding additional distinct species. So let's say that maize we only grow in year 1, but from year 2 onwards, we sacrifice part of our maize and we plant sunflower seed. And we can see that from the 2nd year onward, the biodiversity goes up according to a Shannon index of 0.2. Another way to improve the Shannon index is by looking into the distribution of the distinct species on the plot and make them more even. So let's say we make it 50-50 from year 4 onward. And we see that indeed in year 4 the Shannon index goes up from 0.2 to 0.3 only by making the distribution of the species more even. Now let's explore this all a little more. We can add a flower strip with multiple species in year 6. Let's say 10%. And we will see that part of the maize and sunflower seed is compromised for the flower strip. And we see that in year 6, the Shannon index is going up. We can also add a tree. So let's say we add cherry and we say 80 trees in year 8. And we see that in year 8, the Shannon index goes up again. And like this, we can continue adding species as long as we check that no species are going to overgrow other species. Because if, for example, we would plant 1,000 cherries, at a certain point, we expect the biodiversity to go down again because the cherries are overgrowing the other crops.